all the confidence in the world in Coach Mitchell and our staff. We have a wide variety of experiences to help us deal with things. And in terms of the roster and the number, when you think about it, most teams, your rotation is 7, 8, 9 if you can squeak out another one. And we just have to figure out how to manage that in terms of practice. But in terms of playing, I think we can manage with 7. And we feel good about this core group coming back. They're experienced. They're going to have a chip on their shoulders, obviously, with people may not believe that they're capable of accomplishing certain things. And I'm ready for the challenge.
Let me ask you about having Lynn on.
Yeah.
What does it mean to have somebody? I mean, she's a colorful character.
Oh, wow.
But her knowledge.
You know what? She has a wealth of knowledge, and I've known Lynn for a long, long time. And she's someone that I respect a lot in terms of coaching, and I know that we're going to learn a lot from her, but we're going to have a whole lot of fun along the way. She is a character, but you need that sometimes.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
How much of a challenge do you think it's going to be just to kind of get doors open on the recruiting trails with the negative publicity?
You know what? We're hungry. We're eager to get out there and talk about Kentucky basketball. I don't think anything changes from that part in terms of the sale. I mean, look at you guys here today. You're great too. Look at you, look good. You're a nice person. Who doesn't want to come to Big Blue Nation? That's the way we have to look at it, and we have to make sure that we sell Coach Mitchell, the leadership, the quality person that he is, and the direction that we're moving. We're not looking at looking back in the past. Obviously, we got to tackle some different issues, but I feel really confident with the group that we have assembled, and confident in our leadership.
I asked Kyra something about the camaraderie she thinks with you and the new staff. She goes, well, it's been a good day and a half.
Yeah. Has not been that long, but you know what? When you have the history that we have, Kyra and I, obviously, we were college teammates, same year, came in together, lived together for 4 years, very familiar with each other. We vacation together every year, once a year. So that connected feel you have when you have a staff, I think that just bleeds down to your team. When they can see a staff that is a unit. Coach Dunn, obviously, we've known her for quite some time. She is one of the best in the business, and one of the best people too. And so when you get us together, and obviously Coach Mitchell, he was a GA when Kyra and I were players.
Yeah. Okay.
So we're family, and there's nothing like coming back and working with your family.
How do you, at least so far, how do you perceive Matthew to be different now from back in those days when he was a GA?
Well, he's a lot older. He has to work out a little bit harder than he worked out before to maintain his shape. But, just grown and maturing as a coach, as a person. Some of the things when you're a young coach you think are super important. You find out that maybe they're a little less important, and vice versa. So I think just in terms of his maturity and just learning and growing and being a part of this community, I think also because the spotlight is also on him.
Yeah.
All right, what's the biggest difference coming back to Kentucky from when you left before?
Outside of being older.
From the facilities.
We weren't going to touch the older part.
You're going to leave that alone? You know what? It's the facilities. Obviously, I was fortunate enough before I left that Joe Kraft Center was here, and we had an opportunity to experience that. So, but in terms of around campus, I mean, wow, the dorms, all the dorms that you have now, parking is not is. You can't freely park as you used to be able to freely park 8 years ago. So that's different. But in terms of the people, I mean, some of the same great people are here, and I appreciate that. Returning, seeing familiar faces, and hey, Coach, how you doing? Welcome back. But that's just what you get with Kentucky, and that's why I'm so blessed. Feel so grateful to have this opportunity.